Right. All right. All right. Well, welcome, guys. Thank you for coming on. This is episode 3 in total. How are you guys doing today?
Good. Thanks for having us. Yeah. Can't
Yeah,
complain.
no problem.
Just got back from the mountain snowboarding, so worked out
Oh,
okay.
bastard.
How you? What you
Good.
been doing?
Today, family day, just working.
Enjoying family day, not doing much, or working?
Yeah, of course.
Oh man, that sucks.
Wow.
You was snowboarding, you're working on family day. I'm doing nothing, but I'm a bum, so it doesn't really matter.
But you have the best hat out of all of us.
It's the cutest. I wouldn't say it's the best.
I don't know.
Is this a thing that you have it on every podcast or
I
every
do, because Mike picked it as my avatar for some reason when he promoted it, so now it's kind of a running gag. I have like a million pictures, and this is the one that got selected.
Yeah, that's a joke.
Well, it's like I had a million photos for Where Are They Now, and you picked my three first profile pics off Facebook. So
This wasn't even a top like 3, like it doesn't even matter. All right, let's get on to these questions. So how'd you guys hear about handball, first of all?
Mr. Loxham.
Yeah. Keegan's dad, actually.
Snowboarding, you're working,
just
family
wait.
day, I'm doing nothing.
I want to see if we get any questions while we're on this.
I got it.
Viewership.
I had to turn mine down too.
Pump us all the way up to 6 viewers. 2 of us are us.
Yeah, so for I guess for me, it was like I got into high school and there's
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Yeah, I know I made it. Yeah, it was a big day. And there was just kind of like a group of us athletes that played like multi-sports, hockey, volleyball, football, basketball, you name it. And Keegan's dad, Mr. Loxham, Arnie, and he came and kind of approached a group of us and is like, hey, do you guys want to learn this like new sport, like handball? And most of us were just like, what is this thing? Like, no one's ever heard of it, right? It's like, well, it's this big thing in Europe and everything and South America, and it'd be really interesting. And for anyone that knew Mr. Loxham when he was around, the guy played every single sport known to man, right? So if there was a guy you wanted to learn a new sport from, he was kind of your guy. And a lot of us, I just remember thinking like, no, I don't want to do this sport. It seems lame. Like, what are we going to do with this? And he's like, if you qualify and you beat WP Wagner in this like little showdown, you'll qualify for the Alberta Winter Games, and then you get to miss 3 days of school. So we were like, well, yeah, like let's do it. So then I think we just like trained for like 4 or 6 weeks or something like that, and we ended up going to the Winter Games, and we ended up winning the Winter Games, and then that qualified us for the Juvie National Championships. I was in Sherbrooke that year, so we went as like it was the McNally team basically. And we went to Juvie Nationals, and that's where we really kind of got exposed to like handball itself. But yeah, it was just kind of like random.
That was your rookie, like first year ever.
First year ever, yeah.
Wow. Okay, what an adrenaline rush. No wonder you like, yeah, that's it. I'm playing some more handball.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's good. And we got our butts handed to us once we went to Quebec. We thought we were all like hot shit and everything.
Yeah.
We got
to go back. Yeah, I get it.
How about you,
Alex? They played against Alexi in their first year.
Yeah. Yeah, we played Alexi, and I think we lost like 46-12 or something. It wasn't even.
Man.
Yeah. So Dan in that group is a year older than I. Mm-hmm. So they would have been in grade 11 when that happened.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then so then the following years when I started playing, and they already kind of had established the little group, and then it was actually predominantly an Otwell team.
Mm-hmm.
Like the majority of the team was from Otwell, and then some other people like Doug Bennett came in from a St. Albert high school because they didn't have a program. So then he ended up playing with us, and then a few other athletes. And then we went to Juvie's in Regina, and then that year we finished 3rd.
And so you guys were all like a group of schools like there wasn't a team like full McNally team.
Team. This was to go to nationals.
Okay.
The McNally team itself had Doug on it, and then the rest were all.
I think we had Pascal from Harry Ainley or something like that. Didn't we have like?
We had no, did we have him or did you have him? The guy that played volleyball.
I can't remember. Anyways, the high school league, there was only like 5 or 6 teams in the league at that time.
Because it wasn't sanctioned yet it wasn't an AFLA. It was Ed Facey, Ross Shep, Wagner, Salisbury, us, And I think we had 2 teams because then
Everyone from like
the grade 10 team would have been with Ben Steele, Mike Taylor, Brad Can.
well, transitioning from like high school and Alberta, how did you guys start the club? Because it's not one of the older clubs, is it? Is it kind of?
I think Dan froze unless he's really, really intense.
Oh, there he is.
So since the league restarted, we'd be one of the founding clubs.
Oh yeah, okay.
It became
Tell me
into
about how it started.
club format. Hey Dan, it'd be one of the founding clubs.
What's the question?
How did the club start, Danza specifically?
Oh yeah, so yeah, kind of like at the time when we decided to like make the club, it was the league itself was just kind of guys that came from various schools, and you just kind of recruited them to their teams. But what the league was trying to do was to try and break it up into zones. And so they split up the league into like different zones, and they're trying to make clubs within certain areas, right? So there would be a Sherwood Park team, there'd be like Southeast and North Side, all that other type of stuff. And so ours was Southeast, and so we had to develop or like make a club for that division, and that's how Danza started with the league and everything after when they reformatted it at that time.
Is that named after the actor?
Yeah, Tony Danza.
Tony Danza from Who's the Boss?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That all came from Mike Taylor. He's big Tony Danza.
That was the cheer too. Is Who's the Boss?
Yeah, that was our cheer too.
Oh, that's what you guys have been saying. Wow, I didn't even think about that.
On 3.
Yeah, Who's the Boss? Danza. Yeah.
Do you guys have any favorite teammates throughout the years, or no? You each other or something like that, something sappy for Valentine's Day?
Well, I mean, if you looked on like Facebook, you'd probably find a picture of Alex and I holding hands in like Europe somewhere, but don't read too much into it. But I don't know who you asked this question before, and it's like I don't know who I would say for favorite. I guess I was gonna say maybe Ben Steele, but he decided not to come on this thing tonight, so he's probably dropped a few slots. I don't know who my favorite teammate. I gotta think about it. Alex, you answer it first.
Keegan Loxham.
Keegan.
Why Keegan? And who's Keegan?
Keegan, because he and I always said that we would quit at the exact same time, and then he quit a little early, and it was just always kind of a thing. He would be who I'd throw almost all of my fast breaks to. Just
that makes sense. Was he a winger?
He looked good by being able to do that.
Was he a winger?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Goalie winger connection, classic.
Yeah, and he was Arnie's son, obviously. So. Yeah. Well, I think if I kind of had to go, I Brant. I really enjoy Brant. Like the guys, if anyone's met Brant, he's hilarious and probably doesn't take anything too seriously. He almost kind of reminds me of Phil from Modern Family, almost. If you ever watched that show, like the guy is hilarious, right? And I was playing center back. He played left back, so obviously we played together quite a bit and everything, and we're on travel teams and did a lot of things together. So he was always a fun teammate to be with, and we ended up having lots of like get-togethers at his place. That was kind of like our starting point. So we messed around with him a bit, but yeah, I don't know. There's lots of.
Did you start trashing the condo just before going out?
No,
we would always wear the shoes.
We would never trash his condo. We would just like hide a beer bottle in random jackets. Like it'd be summertime, and in the inside pocket of like a winter jacket, there'd be like an empty beer bottle or something. He'd find it. Like,
that poor guy would have been iced so bad if icing existed back then. He'd still be getting iced, probably.
Probably, yeah. Just like pulling boxes after he's moved and stuff. So what is this? Yeah. Exactly.
So when I talked to the Wanderers, they told me about how they'd go out to the bar after every game and like with the club together and kind of build like a team camaraderie. Did you guys have any traditions like that at Danza?
Not really.
How'd you guys stay close together, like tight-knit club?
I think I don't know, for me, like we didn't, definitely like on Sundays we wouldn't get together. Like we were all kind of like in school or had jobs or had various like commitments that we had to get to. a lot of us were tight because we, also played on the provincial team, or some of us played with the national team as well. So you're always close that way. But I think we had like a fair number of like get-togethers outside of, handball itself. It didn't have to be like a handball event that happened on a Sunday and then go hang out. We'd, definitely go out and enjoy each other's company Fridays, Saturdays, and stuff like that too.
Well,
Yeah.
and our team came from like a 3-year gap at high school. So
most of us were all in the same high school. Yeah. So we all knew each other as well.
Yeah. And right, so Dan was in grade 12, and then Ben Steele and Brad Can, Mike Taylor would be in grade 10, and then I was in grade 11. And so like Keegan, and then Brant was 1 year older. So within that 4 years was pretty much our entire team. And so then we, of course, got to do all of our juvies together, then our whole junior careers together. Then we started at seniors together, and then we went to Colorado together. We went to Europe together. So like the team knew each other quite well.
Yeah.
So you guys still keep in touch then, I'm assuming, since there's no more Danza for now?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, like text messages were kind of like all sort of spread out and everything now, but we still, touch base here and there. But it's definitely, as people have definitely moved off in different directions, and we don't have Danza to sort of. That was kind of the one thing that would always kind of bring us together.
Yeah,
but it's not there now.
Yeah, I don't think there's not too many people still in the city. Ben's moved back.
Yeah,
but Taylor moved to Quebec for a while. Keegan's in Calgary. You're in BC.
Yeah.
Ben was in New Zealand or Australia for a number of years.
Yeah, I was in Australia.
Went somewhere too. So yeah, the whole team's pretty much gone and come back.
Well, that's sad, but it's also good. I guess everybody's going on to bigger and better things. Do you guys have any like favorite Danza specific club memories, or if not anything like that specific, think about like an Alberta team memory or just the handball memory in general, maybe some special tournament like Pan Ams or something that you guys would like to share?
Go ahead, Alex.
Oh, I got one, but I don't know if it's appropriate for the internet.
Can't be worse than FTR last 2 weeks ago.
I don't know, what was that one?
I can't repeat. Some wonders.
You can't repeat it when we're talking on the internet. I don't know. But, for me, it would be the first trip to like our first nationals when we finished third in juvies in Regina, because especially from the year before, hearing all of them talk about how they just got destroyed by Quebec, and then we tied Celtic, and we gave up 4 goals in the last 2 minutes. Otherwise, we should have won that, and then we lost to Champlain by 1. So we really were on par with them. And from that point, it seemed like the program has always been even with Quebec, if not surpassed them. But to me, that was the best memory because,
yeah. I kind of have two. Like I have like a league thing, but I also have kind of like Dan's a provincial team. And I think it was probably the first time that we won junior nationals.
Yeah, that'd be a great one too.
And we won it in Edmonton. So in front of our home fans and everything. And we were playing against Quebec. And I just remember in this game, we were just a little bit ahead. And then for whatever reason, in the last 5 minutes, I think we ended up like with 3 penalties or something like that. I can't remember how it worked. And they were just kind of these chintzy penalties. So then it's 6-on-3, and we ended up like outscoring them, or at least staying tied with Quebec in terms of how many goals scored. And I think Keegan got one on like a fast break, and I've never seen him throw a higher lob in my life. And then I think Alex threw one to Scott Fleming that went through like 3 guys. I don't even know how he got it, and he scored. And then we ended up winning nationals, and we like.
Yeah, we were up by 1, and then they had it was against I forget which one of the Quebec teams, but they had 6-on-3. We were up by 1, and then they got a 9-meter, but then they got an offensive penalty on the 9-meter, and then ran up, grabbed it, threw it to Keegan on a fast break. He got fouled from behind, and then we got a 7-meter. Mike Taylor scored on the 7-meter to put us up by 2 with like less than 10 seconds.
That was crazy. It was like it was kind of a blur and everything, but yeah, that was a really cool memory. And then I think my other like real favorite memory from like league itself was that I think the Wanderers kind of like touched on it a little bit. Like when we would play them and we were kind of up and coming, and these games that we would have would be so tight. And they kind of like they played a slow, like meticulous game. You never wanted to get in a half court game with them. And so we developed what's called the blue wave, and we were just like, it's like that fast transition. Like it's kind of the way that handball is now, is like the goal is scored, the ball's to center right away, and then you're gone. But at that point, like in Edmonton, handball wasn't really played like that. And of course, our blue jerseys with our blue wave and everything, like we kind of went. But Wanderers were so good and they're so much stronger than we were. So we had to do things that would like just mess with them. Right. And so we had to play fast. Right. And we didn't want to be in a half court game. So then the other thing we would do was we would put as much stickum on the handball as humanly possible. Like the ball did not roll. Like it would maybe one turn on the court. And then you could like just paste it to the bottom of your hand. And so they'd get all mad and they'd be yelling and they'd want to switch the ball out, and then they'd switch a ball out. And then within like an offensive possession, like the ball was the exact same as before. So, but it was an advantage for us because they weren't used to it. And yeah, that's one of my favorite memories because they were just so mad about it, but we had to do something.
Yeah. And getting mad doesn't help at all either. It just makes you play worse and less like calm. Amazing. That's smart. But now I understand why we lost so much gym time.
You're welcome.
It probably has a lot to do with how much stickum we use. Yeah, we use a lot.
So let me ask you a different question, kind of going back to nationals. Did you guys prefer playing in front of a home crowd, or like say winning when you guys won out of town, like in Quebec or something, in front of those fans? Or Montreal?
Have you ever won in Quebec?
I don't think I've ever won in Quebec. I've finished second so many times. I think the only other time outside of Edmonton we won was at Vancouver.
How was that? Did that compare at all to winning at Edmonton at home?
I don't know. It's tough to say. Like they're both really good. Like the one in Vancouver, like we had really no business winning. We were down like 3 goals with like a minute 30 left and ended up tying it and going into overtime, which was
that's that one. I remember that one. Yeah.
So that one was good. And I think that was the second year in a row that we won. But then, the year before was kind of a cool one as well, because I had just played in France that year and came back for nationals. And then our provincial team was kind of a combination of sort of our group, but we also Kuipers played on our team and Zoe played on our team, and we had, I think, Kelly. So we had a really strong team because in 2009 we got destroyed by Quebec in Edmonton. And then we didn't want that to happen again. We had this kind of like a super team with like all these different sort of like generations playing on one. And I remember like when we actually won, I think I threw the ball back to Kipes, or someone did, and he's sitting there and he's just squeezing the ball because he's so excited. I thought he was going to pop it. But that was really cool. So I think winning at home, that was really special because all your fans were there too.
It is fun beating Quebec in Quebec though.
Oh yeah.
When we were in that like hockey rinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. We beat
Chaudière, yeah.
Yeah, Chaudière. Oh, nothing was more fun than that. Nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Other than winning, that was pretty good too. With all crowd, but.
So moving on, do you guys have any future handball goals in sight? If not playing, like coaching or somewhere like, for example, you're in Kelowna. Is that right, Dan?
Yeah, I'm in Kelowna right now.
They don't have anything going on over there, do they?
They don't have, and like with COVID, like I looked, they didn't have anything in the high schools. There was no like rec leagues or anything here. So I don't necessarily know how long I will be here in BC and may end up moving around a bit, but I think at some point I'd like to be involved with handball again. So we'll see.
Zoran's reminding me that we won in 2008 in Regina as well. So
yeah, that's right.
We're outside of the city. So
yeah.
How about you, Alex? You got any future plans?
For being still involved? Well, I've been on the board of directors for the last 12 years. So yes, no, do not bow down to that. And finally happy to say I'm in past president. So I'm just waiting for Tyrell to no longer be president. And then I probably will only be a volunteer.
So neither of you have considered coaching, sharing your vast handball knowledge with the world?
We have coached.
Yeah, but more so. You guys have a lot to give, right, Alex? You got a lot of free time. You could teach some sweet goalies, up and coming goalies.
No, Mike does a better job of it than I.
If Alex is going to teach anything, it's going to give them a golden arm, right?
Oof. I don't know if you can teach natural
Fast
talent.
break specialist.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
But
it's unstoppable.
no, I don't foresee it anytime soon until potentially little kids in either of our lives. Then maybe at that point.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
I think I probably wouldn't mind if I moved back to like Edmonton or a place where there is handball to do something like that. You know, maybe looking at doing more executive side, like maybe with the National Federation or something like that. I looked at an opportunity maybe this last year, but didn't quite work out. But yeah, we'll have to see. There's no imminent plans, I guess.
Well, what do you guys do now that you're done playing competitively then?
Well,
Alex?
lead the way, Dan. You're saving lives.
No, go ahead.
Ladies first, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I don't have long, gorgeous locks anymore, so I can't. Dan's hair is probably longer than mine.
It's getting long.
Still pretty.
I own a real estate brokerage. That's what I do.
Care to elaborate? Is that awesome?
Okay, well, I coach and develop real estate agents so that they can achieve their career goals and help.
So you are coaching. It's good.
Yeah.
How about you, Dan?
Me, I went back to school and I went to medical school and I'm just finishing my residency right now. So in Kelowna, I have about 4.5 months left until I'm done, and then I'll be practicing independently and have a job lined up just north of Vernon for the next couple of years, and then we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Awesome. Well, look, it was great hearing from you guys.
Hey, Dan.
This one's a little bit.
Sorry, Dushin. Did they give you extra like hours for your stuff doing your residency during a pandemic?
Do they give us what?
Like, does 1 hour count for 2? Since it's probably
get a bonus, right?
Stressful.
No, I don't get that. Just right now I'm just on salary, so it's just your residence pay on salary. It doesn't change. No.
Yeah, and residence pay is through the roof.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what you'd call it, but yeah, exactly. You're trying to cut us off already, Dushin?
Well, look, like it's only 2 of you. Last time I had 3, and they were drinking and stuff, and they were just going crazy, blah 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 blah. Now look at this.
I know.
So you were a better host last week, is what you're saying.
I did have Lyndon. Yeah, I don't have my tag team partner. He probably has a million more questions.
Well, I was gonna try and get like some of the other guys, but they didn't want to come, right? So
I know that's fine.
They're too shy or scared to come on or something like that. But then you also knew that the Oilers game is on too.
That's right. So I needed to cut it off in time for all our viewer to watch.
Yeah. Exactly. What I was gonna have a question for you and everything too.
Don't ask me anything.
Why can't I ask you?
I don't want to answer.
Hey, why don't you ask us, or no, why don't you tell us your favorite story between like us, like an interaction between me and you, and then you and Alex? You got a favorite story?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
Good hosting, Dan. Good hosting.
I got one for Alex. Okay. And it was after he lost this big Steelers bet and had to buy everyone, I think it was the Keg or Moxie's, one of those two. The Keg. And I decided to get dessert, so it wasn't, on my bill. And Alex was hounding me for a month trying to get $5.75.
I'm like the cheapest person in the world. Oh, yeah, thanks.
Well, that one. And you, oh God, there was a bunch with you because you were my coach for my first year. So probably going 1 for 1 and winning in my first year of junior nationals. Oh, putting me in net against Sask too. And me being a way better goalie than Alex's career numbers show.
I don't know that. I don't know. Was that in Regina? That was in Regina.
I was in Regina. Yeah, against Sask too. I went 8 for 11, Alex. I even saved the 7-meter.
He did. Yeah.
Just one?
Just one. 1 for 1.
Yeah. What's your favorite Dushin story, Alex?
I wish I had one. I can tell you a lot of poor stories.
I don't want to hear any of those from Dan, that's for sure.
No, I got one.
I feel like I know what it's going to be.
You already know what it's going to be.
Actually, it could be 2 things. All right, go on.
All right. So the one story is, yeah, like you said, I was coaching you and stuff like that for the 1 year and everything. And I think, I don't know if I joined like right away from the beginning of the year, or like Doug had been coaching all year. And then I kind of like came
That's
on.
true. Yeah. I
Can't remember what it was. But Dushan was always like working so hard and stuff like that. Like we knew he was a good defender and everything, and he's really working on his offense, working on his shot. And I don't remember what drill we were doing in practice, but like he goes to like, was it a 7-meter penalty shot? I think
It was not even it was fast breaks, and it was don't get into the 6.
Yeah. And he goes and he rips this like stem shot on like this fast break or something like that, and he steps like a good 1.5 feet into the crease, like it's not even close, right? And he just fires in there. And I was like, blow the whistle. I'm like, dude, you're over the line. He's like, I was not over the line. And then the rest of the team was like, Dushan, you're over the line. No, I was not over the line. And then he just starts like storming around, and he's like stomping like this little tantrum that he's like, I'm not over the line. I can't believe you would do this. This is like, he thought it was a conspiracy or something. And like for the rest of the year, like if he would take a shot, it didn't matter. It could be like from a 9-meter shot. Someone would just be like, over the line. And you're just like so upset the whole time.
I think
I had anger issues
his whole career.
What's that?
I said that carried on with him for his whole career.
Over the line or anger issues?
Yeah, well, both. And stem shots from.
I had no business.
What was the other one you thought I was going to tell?
I thought it was going to be Regina again. My first like team dinner at Nationals, and I didn't know what I was in for, and how much drinking was going to be involved after the final. So basically, I had to have 4 picklebacks at Earl's or Joey's, which, if you don't know, is like a shot of Jack Daniels followed by a shot of pickle juice.
I
got through 2 of them. I got through 2 of them, and I threw up on the table at Earl's. I thought you were going to sell that one.
I don't think I was there for that.
I mean, probably liability-wise. Yeah, I wouldn't say you were there either.
Not a story that I know about.
Yours is better anyway.
My favorite stories at Dan was how somehow he's always weaseled himself into one of the judges for Kangaroos Court.
I earned that spot.
Oh, please.
First year.
Please. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for letting me get involved in this one, Dan. Appreciate it.
Well, I figured we may as well. I didn't think we were going to be able to do an hour like the Wanderers last week.
Well, no, it's supposed to be like 32 an hour variable.
Yeah.
How long is it?
Still 30 minutes.
Yeah. Those guys have some stories, though. Let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even like have to ask anything.
They're just like kind of skipping off the top of their stories.
Exactly.
We could tell more, but we don't want to go too down that rabbit hole, I don't think.
No. Yeah. I think we would need Ben.
Next time we get the whole
one of those stories.
Yeah,
it's not fair to.
For sure.
Maybe they'll get a taste of what it was like and be like, you know what? Next time I'll come on. It'll be fun.
Yeah, exactly. See, that would be good, right? We'll have to.
When everyone thought Mike Taylor got bit by an octopus. Yeah.
Random acts of violence towards Mike Taylor as well.
Yeah. Poor guy.
There's lots of good ones, Dushan. We could make it work.
Yeah, we will. Well, but this was fun anyway, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Alex.
Well, thank you.
I'll see you at the next board meeting. I hope not.
Yep. Exactly. We'll see if I get invited.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye, Dan. Thank you, Alex.
Good job.
Bye.